Good afternoon, and it is the afternoon on a lovely mild day, lovely overcast day as well. It's about 1:30 in the afternoon now, and as you can see, I'm down this small river. I fancied giving this stretch another go. We had to go in here a few videos ago. We did terribly. We had one chub, one bite, one chub. So I did fancy giving it another go just to see if we can do any better. It's been a good week since that video. So I'm thinking things will be settled down a bit. We've not had any rain, we've not had any frosts. I'm thinking the conditions have been a bit more stable. The water conditions will have been a bit more stable. So hopefully that I've got the fish on the feed. Now I'm going to do a few swims we've fished before, a few swims that we haven't. We'll have a wander right down the stretch. I'll bait a few spots on the way down there, and then we'll fish them on the way back up. That's the plan. What I've done is I've got a very simple approach again. I've got some bread for the hook. I've got some mashed bread there. I'm going to use these little feeders, or perhaps even a link ledger. I've got some lobworms as well, and it's as simple as that really. That's the approach we're going to take. As I say, we're going to bait up some likely looking spots. We've got one here, as you can probably see over there. I've got this mashed bread mashed up fairly stiff. The idea being that it's going to get down. I'll throw a bit into the slack and a bit into the flow there. Just get it to trickle under that raft there, that foamy raft. There's a few more of those further down the stretch, and we'll go a bit further than we've been before, see what else we can find. Right, let's crack on. I've got a lovely raft over there, I'm sure you can see. Huge raft, which I fished the last session. Did nothing in it all. So perhaps this time we'll do a little better. Definitely bait that bit of cover over there. That's the only one we had a bite in last time. So we'll definitely have a go in there. Big, thick bit of cover there. So here we are. I think I'm going to start off in here. As you can see, we've got a beautiful raft across there, a fallen tree as well, a bit of chop on the water as well. As you can see, it's a little bit windy today. And we've walked across a couple of fields, probably done about, I don't know, half a mile-ish, very roughly, just to give you an idea. We've done bait up 8 swims. So hopefully a few of them will come up trumps. Right, gear-wise, my go-to sort of roving ledgering rod, Dower power mesh, £1.25. I've got the quiver tip top section in, and my standard running ledger rig on here, which I'll link you to. If you want to go and have a look how I tie this up, I'll stick a link up there and in the description as well. I made a video. It's nice and adjustable. It's very useful for fishing when you're fishing different swims. You may want a really, really short hook link in one swim and a much, much longer one in another. And with this rig, I can change that effective length really, really quickly and easily. Just sprinkled a bit of bait in here as well. I think we'll get cracking straight away. As I say, hook bait is bread or worms. You never know, we might catch some nice perch, get some worms, and obviously bread is for roach and chub. It'd be nice to have a decent chub as we're fishing sort of into dark. There's a chance, more of a chance of fishing in the day anyway, but you know, we've got an overcast sky, so you never know. Right, now I could have got myself in a bit closer to this swim here, but I decided to stay back, hang back here. It's a bit of a chuck. I think we'll do it underarm, just about. I just wanted to stay back, keep the disturbance down. Yeah, that's not too bad. Blimey, yeah, there's some depth in there. That's a good 10 footer, I guess. Well, let's see. We can do a bit better than we did last time we were on this stretch. We didn't, as I say, we didn't come down this far. It's all a bit new to me, this. But that has certainly got to be worth half an hour, hasn't it, fishing close to that. We'll inch closer to it as we go on. Right, next up, swim here, a bit of cover. I think what I might do is fish here for a bit and then perhaps fish in the middle of the cover as well. Perhaps pop down there. Looked worth a go as I walk past. We're coming to the swims now, which have been baited for a while. Probably at least half an hour, I would say, since we put the bait in here. No, it's clearly much shallower here because the water's pushing through. Yeah, much shallower. I think that's a good thing. They're river fish, aren't they? Like a bit of water over their backs. All right, there we go, look. What did I say? Oh, how have I missed that? The tip was still going round. Oh, this swim keeps doing me over. This is the swim we fished last time and I missed the biting. I didn't have another one. We're still going round the tip. How have I missed that? Well, there's clearly some fish here. They're clearly on that bread. So let's try that again. This time we'll try actually hook the fish. Well, that's a good sign anyway, at least. Here we go. Tap. And again. There we go, look. Tap, tap, tap. We'll pull it round. Perhaps this is smaller fish. That was just, how have I missed that? Right. I'm wondering if it is smaller fish. Perhaps it's roach or something. I haven't got a big bit of bread on. But I'm picking the rod up, almost thinking they've hung themselves. They're pulling it that hard. Right. Well, we've gone from having no bites to having loads of bites, but we can't hit. I nearly hit that then. I'm trying to sit my hands a bit and wait for it to keep going. Oh, there we are. We're in this time. This is no small fish. Blimey. Well, that amazed me. I thought we'd get loads of bites off small fish. I think you know what this is. Well, he's not massive, but he's a lovely fish. If there's a few of them down there, that'd be wonderful. Really thought that was going to turn out to be little dace or roach or something, but it was funny bites. It was too demonstrative to be small fish. We're off the mark. Fab. Well, that's about that. It'll do for starters. That's cracking. Wonderful stuff. That's brilliant. I'm amazed. I thought I was going to pull out a small chublet or dace or something. Or a little roach, maybe. Right. I'll rest him up in the net down here. And we'll carry on. The amount of bites we're getting, I'm sure there's some more down there. But we'll find out. Well, hopefully there's a few down there competing. And that's why we were getting such rapid bites. Fingers crossed. I guess we'll find out. If not, he must have been on the bait so quickly. That's fish banging away at the bait. Can all those bites really have been off one fish? Gosh, they might have all spooked now anyway. It's only worth another 10 or 15 minutes in here anyway, with all those bites. Aye, aye. What was I saying? Definitely worth another few minutes in here. You never know, perhaps there are lots of small fish down there, and the odd chub like this, which is why I'm getting lots and lots of bites and I was missing them all. And then he's come along and grabbed the bait, and we've hooked him. But we're certainly getting some bites in here. There we go. Tap, 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 rattle, rattle. There we go. Right again. Look at that. This is no small fish either. I need to get him out of there and I can't. Oh, no. Come on. Oh, come on. That's hairy. Desperate to get under that tree then. Oh, this is cracking. What a turn up. Oh, Denison. Denison, that tree. No, come on, out. Again, he's no monster, but that's two. That's the brace. I thought there must be more than one. The amount of bites we were getting. Well, there we are. Very similar stamp. Another lovely fish. Lovely fresh looking fish as well, aren't they? Beautiful. Right. I don't know any more we can have out of here. We'll get them in there. Just keeping them in this landing net. We've got this nice deep landing net because if we put them back, they're going to just spook the rest of the shoal. Strangely, we've had one bite since we caught that second chub, and then nothing. All right. Best way get a bite is to tell the camera that I'm not getting a bite. Any bites? Oh, look at that. God, he's going for that cover again. Come on. Oh, God, I just can't get him out of the baited area. It's the trouble. God, what a scrap. What a scrap. This is epic. I just can't move him. I can't give him any because he'll be under that tree. I have to keep him away from this one. This feels a better fish. God, just pinged off him then. I thought he'd come off. Come on. Oh, that's a cracking fish. That's a better fish, I think. Looks it anyway. Mouth open. Yeah, that's a better one. Wonderful. Not better, of course, bigger. That's what I mean. Yeah, this one looks a bigger fish. Oh, it's certainly a bigger fish. Yeah, he's a much bigger fish. No wonder he gave a scrap like that. How's about that? That's a bigger fish, isn't it? He's got to be £3, hasn't he? I think we'll put him on the scales, but he looks about £3 to me. We'll give him a quick weigh. Make sure I've got my eye in. So, just dropped him on the scale, £3.5. Cracking. Wonderful. This has come up trumps, hasn't it? We'll definitely stick it out here for a bit. See what else it might kick up. Right, can we do the quadruple? I wouldn't think so for a minute, but you never know. It's definitely worth trying to find out. I think we've had a few fish out now, haven't we? Let's put a bit more in. More mash in. It looks a sort of place, all that cover, that you would find a shoal of chub. Clearly they're up for a feed today, which is a wonderful change from when I came the other day, or a week or so ago. Right, can we dare to think we might have another one? It's often the sort of conditions when you can have a few fish out there, when you've got them competing like this. The bites are coming so quickly as well. We're not having to sit around waiting for bites. I bet I'm getting a bite within a couple of minutes of casting in. They definitely seem to be on this mash. Another swim though to add to the portfolio. Should definitely come obviously and fish here again. It's just with a newish stretch. As I say, I've only fished here once before. The newest stretch, you just don't know. You could sit here on the wrong day for hours and hours and not get a bite, and you don't know that there are definitely fish there. You suspect because some water pushing under cover like that, it's very chubby, but you just don't know. And there's lots of swims further up this stretch and further up this river where I fish that look absolutely fantastic, and they just don't do bites. So it's not always the case that just because it looks good, it is good. Let's move that around a bit because it's... Oh, I got a bite then. It's just really hard to see the tip against that white water. That's better. Well, we clearly are going to get another bite. And I'm going to miss it. Well, they're really having it in this swim, aren't they, today? Now all I've got is just a Preston plug-it feeder filled with mashed bread. It's only a very small one. It's either 15 or 20 grams, I think. It's not very big at all. And that's it, just a simple running ledger rig. That seemed to run underneath that time a little bit. This could be a bit tasty. We get a bite. does make me wonder, you know, a lot of those funny bites I was getting at the beginning makes me wondering if they're grabbing their swim feeder, sucking the swim feeder. Wouldn't surprise me at all if they weren't picking up the feeder and then you're striking, which is why you're obviously not connecting. Or even just nuzzling the feeder, but they certainly seem to be pulling at it, didn't they? But that wouldn't surprise me. They're picking up the swim feeder. There we go, there's a tap. Oh, proper pull, I nearly struck that, nearly. Do obviously want to have a go at the other swims, but there's not much point really when we're having bites in here. Not much point in moving. Don't want to move off fish. Seen the bread still on? That's what tells me grabbing the feeder. Now, how can you have a bite like that and the bread's still on? Still on enough to cast with again as well. I think they are. They're grabbing the feeder. Let's try. If they are, let's shorten this hook link right down so it's very short like that. And that bait is obviously, it's about 3 or 4 inches away from the feeder. Be interesting to see what happens, because I'm convinced now that they're grabbing this feeder, especially now bringing that bread back on the hook after a bite like that. I think after this cast I'll see if I can find a lead in my bag. You know, just like need sort of not even a 1 ounce lead really. Yeah, see, that's just it's bizarre. Right, let's see what we can do, because I think they're grabbing the swim feeder. So we'll take it off and see if we can find a lead of some description, or a link ledger or something. Might have something kicking about in here. God, we're losing the light. I don't think we're going to get many more swims done. But you know, I'm not going to move if we're getting bites. It would be very silly. Hopefully this will hold bottom. Right. See what we can do with this. Now we know they're not going to be grabbing the feeder. So if we do miss any bites now, we know they're bites. And if we do, I'll be really scratching my head. So I just hope this is going to hold over there. Let's put another one on as well. I don't want it moving about. Got this one spot going. We don't want it bouncing around. There we go. Oh, bumped it off. That's wrecked the swim. I felt it on. Bet that's wrecked the swim. Ah. But just shows you that I thought they were grabbing the feeder, and they clearly are. It's the first bite we have when I've took the feeder off, and I connect with it, sort of. Oh, so frustrating. Well, hopefully we haven't wrecked it. Aye, aye, that was a bite. There we go, look. Well, almost proves that they were grabbing the feeder, doesn't it? Because I've gone on the link ledger and we've bumped one and then we've had one. Well, we ain't got him in yet, but so I have to come and fish the method feeder. Oh, he's off up this way now. Come on. God, there's another. Oh, what a fish! That is a cracking fish. Look at that. Oh, that's a proper one. Wow. What a session this is. Wow. They were grabbing the feeder. That's the answer, isn't it? They're grabbing the feeder. 2 casts with a link ledger on, bumped one off, and then I've had one. We've hit the bites, both of them. They're grabbing the feeder. Well, there's the latest one. £3.7, this one. They're getting bigger. Wow, absolutely fantastic. What a cracking session, or a cracking swim. Right, I think we're going to stick out in here, aren't we? Careful. I think I have to come up here on the method feeder next time. Oh dear. Well, I'm going to carry on, obviously. No point in moving just yet. These fish are okay. I've got them in the landing net down here. Got this nice deep net. They're absolutely fine, right by my foot. So you can keep an eye on them. Yeah, I think I've only been fishing in here about, I don't know, 45 minutes, something like that. Just shows you when you're on it. You're on the fish and the fish are on it, on the bait. Some great sport to be had. No, I'm going to call it that. What a cracking swim that has been. Well, only having 2 hands, we'll just hold 2 of them up, the biggest 2. And that's cracking. Wonderful stuff. Right, we won't mess them about too much, we'll get them straight back. Right, they've had a couple of minutes to sort themselves out. You're all facing the same way. Fab. Come on then, chaps, back you go. Off you go. Gone. Wonderful. Well, happy as I am with what we've caught, we'll carry on for perhaps two more swims. Obviously we've not got time to do all of them now. Not baited, but I'm going to fish a couple of swims where we've caught before. This one, which was the only swim I caught in last time we were in, fished this stretch. The only other time we fished this stretch. And one when we crossed the bridge up there, I think, which has done a couple of bites in the past for me. I fished it 3 times, I think, and caught in there twice. So I think we'll just fish these 2 swims as we go back to the car. Sort of make our way back to the car, if you like. We'll see what happens. Just gonna tuck the feeder just up above there. That's perfect. Donk. Right. I've got the rod up just because the flow in here is sort of under our feet, really. It's a bit slack over that side, so I can use a nice light feeder. And we'll see if anything's at home. The depth in there, I think that feeder's probably run quite a long way under that cover. It's only a smallish bit of cover. It's probably sticking out about 4 foot, going down the river about 2 meters to mix up measurements. God, Temperature's starting to drop, I know that much. Aha, there we go. That's the indication we were looking for. Hopefully you saw that. The tip just pulled down about 10 or 15 millimetres, just slowly, just a couple of times like that. There we go. Tap, tap, rattle. Definitely something having a chew. Still. This is first cast as well, just to give you an idea how quickly it's happened. We've only been in the water less than 5 minutes, the bait's been in the water. Certainly something having a bit of a chew. Perfect time of day though, it's starting to get dark. It really is the right time of day. There we go. God, it's out in the river already. Blimey, it's off. Oh, it's trying to do us in the reeds. Come on. You got us around this big reed down here. Not a big fish at all. But it's a fish. Another one. Cracking. Well, 2 for 2 from this swim. It's not a big one, as I say, at all. He wasn't grabbing the swim feeder, was he? There he is. Wonderful. Right, once again, we'll get him down here just for a few minutes, just see if we can't get another bite, but I'm not going to give it too long because, I say, we really are losing the light now. I'm not sure how much you'll be able to see that we're losing the light on there. Right, we'll have one more cast in here, just in case his big brother's under there as well. Some depth under there. I'd say it's probably 6 foot deep. Get roll down a bit, that's better. I can see that white tip against the trees. Alright. That looked like a little bit of interest. God, I seem to be up for it today, these fish. Might have to come back tomorrow. Yeah, we are, look, there we go. There we go. Blimey, they're up for it. Again, feels quite skittish. I don't think it's very big. There he is, look. What a session. 6 chub out of this river in about 3.5 hours. We ain't got him in yet. That's 6 now. Wow. Well, it is very moody, this river. Sometimes can't buy a bite, and other times, like today, they really are having it. The conditions have settled down. I think it's as simple as that. He's certainly, he's a bigger fish, definitely. God, he wanted that. It's full of mashed bread as well. How's about that? Cracking. God, I'm loving this, can you tell? Wonderful. Well, I can't move yet, can I? Even though there's another promising swim a bit further up, I can't move off fish. If we want to fish this last swim though, we're going to have to go shortly. I've deliberately not bought a head torch or a torch to illuminate the rod top or anything because I didn't want to stay that late. I reckon we've got 15-20 minutes left, if that. This is smaller fish, isn't it? Yeah, this is smaller fish. Let's move. Ooh, they've demolished the bread, which is fine. God, I can't even see the line and the hook to catch it. Right, we'll get these fellas back down here. Back to fight another day. Growing to be 4-pounder. We'll come back and catch you. Go on, you two. Off you go. Go on. Right. So I think we'll finish where we started. This is the first one we baited up. I think it'll be the last one we fish. I have fished this one now, and I can tell you, because I've only been fishing it for a few weeks, fished this one now 3 times and caught in it twice, so that's pretty good odds, isn't it? I reckon we've got about 10 or 15 minutes before we can't see anymore, so that's how long we shall give it. Hopefully we can finish off on a fish. Just let that run under that raft. Touchdown. Hopefully you can see the tip, and hopefully it'll go round. Be easier to see if I get a bit lower against the backdrop of the river. That's better. There we go. Tap. Here we go. This looks like some interest. There we go. Wow, they are certainly having it today, these fish. God, so dark I can't see him. He's down there. Right down by our feet. Oh, he's off. I think he's very big, but he's put up a hell of a scrap. He's no tiddler, but he's no monster either. Come on, chap. Oh, he's a nice fish, actually. That's why he's putting up a good scrap. Come on. Oh, that's another lovely fish. Well, just put the lights on at the risk of upsetting the swim. We'll have a look at this feather, doing a bit of justice, but that's he's certainly pushing 3 pound, if not 3. He's certainly getting up that way. That's cracking. What a session. Absolutely wonderful. Well, we're quite a way up off the water here, as you can see. Not the easiest swim to rest fish up in, but I've got him down here. I reckon we've got 5 minutes, if that. Being able to see this tip. It's a lot darker in real life than it looks on there, I have to say. But worth 5, definitely. I did think about knocking it on the head if we caught a fish in the swim, but it happened so quickly. I think it's got to be worth another 5 minutes, as they do seem to be having it today. They're certainly loving their bread today. You see the difference as well between this last couple of swims and that swim where we're having all those missed bites. I've not missed a bite. I've had 3 bites, 3 fish. I'm convinced they were grabbing the feeder in that first swim. I've had that occasionally before, but I've never been quite sure, and I have wondered what's been going on when I've missed. You have an absolute clanging bite and you miss it. You see, how could I possibly have missed that? I think today we found out as much, or to be as positive as we can, that they were just grabbing the feeder. They seem to be so hungry that the feeder's going in, they're just grabbing hold of it, sucking all the bread out, I would imagine. Picking it up, grabbing hold of it, and that's when I was getting those bites, striking at them, missing. Right, I'm going to call it a day there. Well, there we are. One last look before we put him back. That's absolutely cracking. Wonderful stuff. Really, really pleased. We've had a cracking session. We weren't messing him about too much. We'll get him straight back. You can see, I'm sure, how dark it is now. I've been out fishing in the evening for ages. Just make sure he's got his breath back. He's let me out of the water for a few seconds now. Yeah, he's good to go. Off you go, chap. Wonderful. Well, that has been absolutely fantastic to have 7 chub out in 3.5 hours from this river. Well, to put it into context, I've never done that before. I've never had that many chub out. I've only once before caught a brace of 3s, and I think we possibly had 3 of them. That one was getting up that way, but I don't think it was quite 3, but it might have been a scraper. So yeah, it's been absolutely fantastic. What a session. So I might try and get up in here over the coming days, because it's just been so good today. I think it'd be good to get up here, perhaps do a little bit of trotting, but we'll have to see. We'll have to suss out the weather and see exactly what happens. But for now, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. Tight lines, enjoy your own angling. Many thanks to the channel patrons for your wonderful support, and I'll see you again very soon.